It's Week 12 of the NFL, and we'll see Noah Gray. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Chiefs and the Niners. All that and more coming up next.
Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reid to get this one going. And we're off from Arrowhead. Returns looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Probably feels like he owes his guys one after last week, doesn't he? Threw a couple picks, did find the end zone. But his guys around him still found a way to win. Now, here's where he's got to be careful, Kate. You can't get it all back at once. Sometimes, when you're over-aggressive, it leads to, well, days like last week, a couple interceptions. Got to do your job, and just do your job well. Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And he'll get it up to the 44. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Greg Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. They stick with McCaffrey. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. Now looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. To throw here on first down. This will be caught by Watkins. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Brown with a return here. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And, Kate, you don't have to look beyond his performance last week as really a root cause of their loss. I'm not saying the only cause. Others certainly had a hand in it, too. But you aren't winning a lot of games in this league or any league if you turn it over 3 times without a touchdown to counteract them. A lot of room for him to improve this week.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. A tight end in motion now. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it'll be second down. Takes off right out of the read option. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. The 49ers and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Pass play on first. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Back to the well again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the defense comes through, that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And this truly has been an excellent campaign for him, sitting among the NFL's top 5 in receiving yards. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Setting up a throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, 4th down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. The Chiefs returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Third down, it's Mahomes. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. He's got the hook up to Watkins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's complete to Vele. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So now here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. He's got it. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First down throw, Mahomes. Completed over the middle. He tucks him down with a great pickup, and it's good for a first. Here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. The scoreboard reads 14-3. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Throwing is Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A 5-yard loss on the play brings up 2nd down at the 34-yard line.
Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. It's his running back. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they're left with 4th and short. They'll go. It's Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They'll try and punch it in. We'll score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The 49ers ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He's contained at the line for no gain. Justin Reed with the tackle. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. He's going to throw this one. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. 1st down from the red zone. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Motioning one of the tight ends. McCaffrey. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. McCaffrey trying to punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The 49ers now lead by 10. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the 49ers drive their lead to 11. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
It's now second and 10.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Mahomes. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Full extension, and he brings it in. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Going ground game again here. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 4. That brings up 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They'll run here following the penalty. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
They kick the running back in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Watkins.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Throw complete to Juszczyk. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll come up 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. They'll get this one to Watkins. And they make the tackle at the 38. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 29. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Trying again following the sack. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Fred McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs take over on his 5th interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Back to the air, Mahomes. Hits his running back. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Throwing again, Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Running back sent in motion. Another throw for Mahomes. Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Cut out left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs might be able to get some points late after the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Fred Warner. Here's 2nd and 5. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses. Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So that's halftime here in this one. The 49ers on the road, but currently with the lead. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studio. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chiefs back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down by Fred Warner. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Bernardo Green with that tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run it from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Running back sent in motion. Finds his man, Gray. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Completed to his running back. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 39-yard line.
Now a give on the counter. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by Fred Warner. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. They'll start the 2nd half with McCaffrey. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Throwing it again here. Finds Mims. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They motion a receiver left. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Shotgun now on third down. Mims with the grab. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 16. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Drew Tranquill with the pick. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers. And he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick 6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. And all the time you get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
Man in motion, headed right. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Complete out to the right. This is ahead for about 5. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. From the gun on 3rd down. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. One of the tight ends motioning right. They go play action on 1st. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. This is the end of the 3rd. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
This is one of those plays you're going to see on tape this week, I guarantee it. Not because of the catch, but because of the effort. Lays out and brings in the off-target throw.
Throwing from the gun. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
That one complete to Hooper. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They send a tight end in motion. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Completes this one to Gray. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That's complete to Vele. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From midfield on 2nd down. This will be caught by Watkins. And they make the tackle at the 38. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll take it ahead down to the 33. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. Completed over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. To throw it on 1st down. Brought in by Hooper. Has some room to work. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer? Nobody.
So now, massive moment coming up for the 49ers as they go for 2. He's throwing for it! And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Brought in right side. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They've got 1st down from the 31. The give to the fullback. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy, and that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
From the 29. Looking to his fullback now. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw it. He completes it in traffic. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs down by only 3. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Design bootleg here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs jump in front late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Here he is to throw. It's complete to Hooper. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 3 now. Setting up to pass. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Trying to hit his fullback there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Throwing now. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's going to be a punt of 46 yards. And they're going to take over possession. They've got first down from the 31. Back to throw. He just throws this one away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So scoreless, a win for the Chiefs. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.